Leading the way on and off the field, WA star footballer Kirby Bentley is also pushing the football pathway for young, talented Indigenous girls.
The Kirby Bentley Cup is a great new beginning for Indigenous players coming in, and a lot of the cousins and sisters will play alongside and against each other, and it's just encouraging one another and to be fit and healthy, but to be involved in something that you look back in 10 years' time and say, oh, made some very true friends out of that as well. So to me, it's exciting.
Into its second year, the Kirby Bentley Cup tournament opens up opportunities for emerging young Indigenous talent to be selected in the state's female kickstart team and beyond.
We just want to encourage as many Indigenous girls to get involved in football. With their natural ability and their skill set, it's going to change the direction and the style of female football once again. It's already grown in the last 5 years, but to bring in that spark and the natural talent like a Yarn or a Garlet does in the AFL, these girls have the very similar skill sets, and to me that's exciting. It's going to help the game develop and just go far and beyond what we thought it would.
Team numbers have jumped from 10 to 16, with over 200 participants expected to head to Lightning Park.
It's exciting. Last year, the showcase of talent, and it was set up in I think maybe 2 months. So to see the interest involved and the girls wanting to play the female football brand that we put in place is something that I never expected to have a cup named after me. But at the end of the day, it's not about me, it's about them being involved in this game, and for them to tell their cousins and to keep building and growing, it's going to put them in good stead for the mainstream women's football. And ideally, I'd love to see these girls go out to clubland, Subiaco or Coastal Titans and Swan Districts and East Fremantle, and just go out and learn as much as they can, and then come back next year and put in what they've learned, so on a mainstream football field.
Kirby is also gearing up for her third AFL Women's Exhibition game on Melbourne's list, after she was originally drafted as pick 7 in 2013.
When the draft came up, I was picked at 7, and I was surprised at the time. I was playing inconsistent football and I wasn't as fit, so the opportunities were there, but unfortunately I didn't make the most of it, and that's not so much regret, but a learning lesson that I've taken on, and it's great to be involved. I've played alongside and against some of these girls for the last 7 years now, and the talent that's out there and the skill set that you'll see probably on the 24th of May, it'll be second to none. So to be involved in something like this is exciting, but this is just the beginning of a future of female football that I'm looking forward to.
But Kirby made a strong start to her sporting career as a national level netballer at the tender age of 14.
So I represented WA since the age of 14, so I was in all the underage Australian squads, which are equivalent to the All Australian football squads as well. And from the age of 16 up until I was about 24, I was in the West Australian or the Orioles or AIS at one stage, and Hunter Jagers in Sydney, and back to West Coast Fever in 2009, where I finished up.
After the tragic murder of Kirby's auntie Andrea Pickett in 2009, Kirby turned to football as a way to rebuild her family ties.
In 2009, my mum lost her sister, and they had an unreal relationship. And that's something that I unfortunately lost with my 2 younger sisters being the eldest, and I wanted to know them and what they enjoyed doing, and my middle sister was playing footy at the time, and for me I had to go and be involved in her life, and that was a part of it. So I went down to training at East Fremantle, and I said I wasn't going to play, and I trained up until game day, and then I played the first game, and then I haven't stopped since.
The Cup is for all girls, even those who are new to the game and have never played before.
It doesn't matter what background or how you grew up or where you grew up, if you got money or you don't, it doesn't matter. We all get involved because we love the game, and if you're playing for the fun of it, if you're playing for the challenge of it. So there are most certainly pathways that young girls can get involved in, and we can guide them and direct them. And if you want to play just for purely the passion, just to come on a Sunday and make friends, then that option's always there as well.
Kirby's success in the sport has come from years of hard work and dedication to improving her fitness and working on her weaknesses.
I think what I've learnt, throughout my sporting career, is that you're going to come across setbacks or injury, and that's not so much something that you give up on. That's a learning curve. So you understand where you're at as a player, and to become that much better, I just think you need to pursue it, never give up, and your attitude means everything.
Indigenous girls from around the state, including Goldfields and Geraldton, will come to play and put their skills to the test.
Well, being a country girl myself, I grew up in Mount Barker, and I've done some work through the Wirrapunda Foundation when I was there in Geraldton. So a lot of people have been inboxing and saying, "Oh, when's it happening?" So you know that's exciting, and it's great to see the amount of interest that's going around, and they're obviously telling people, and it was a positive turnout last year, so they're willing to come back and play hard, I guess.
Female footy participation rates have more than doubled in the last year, and Kirby can't wait to see the sport continue to grow.
Well, when I first started, it was just footy that you played on a Sunday, and it was, I think, social. And now it's a new drive, professionalism. The girls are taking really a lead approach, the way they go about their food, their diet, their training off the field, on the field, and everyone behind the scenes doing the hard yards, making this possible. So we're all on the same page, and looking at it from my perspective in the next 5 years, I probably won't be involved in the playing side of things, but hopefully I can still be involved in mentoring, and the game is just going to go to another level. And for me, it's exciting.
And all fingers are crossed with an official AFL league for women set to be announced in 2020.
I'd love to see it happen. Unfortunately, we're in a male-dominated sport, so that challenge is there, and you've got some old school people involved in the AFL club still, but you know, it is what it is, and we've come this far in the last 5 years, so you know, we've pushed our limits, and we've done what we can as not only players, but like I mentioned before, with the people involved behind the scenes. So I'd love to see that happen. If it's 2020, then it's closer than we think.